I think it's 3. I said, Europe is not open yet.
That's 4.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Maybe
But
5.
that's how we're here. And so, and I called my other friend, Mori, because he's a serious entrepreneur and a serial entrepreneur and a network marketing. I could call him a guru. So that's how that started.
Right, and I still remember, our first interaction on that. And I have, number one, network marketing is not part of my brand. It's actually, it can reduce my brand because people have all kinds of ideas about network marketing. But the product itself, I test a lot on a lot of people. My whole family's taking it actually now. And I did the research. And I remember also a couple of things that start making sense. For example, that in India, the percentage of dementia is much lower. Even the percentage of cancer is much lower in India. And one of the things they were actually saying that why that was because of the use of curry, of the use of curcuma, turmeric. And then when this product came along, the first thing that caught my eye was the absorption rate. And we go deeper into that because that's the biggest problem with curcuma, turmeric, and so on. You actually have to eat it almost daily to have a great effect of it. And with this, that changed. And I'm still not a network marketing person, but one thing that is high into my values is to help people to prevent disease. So, because in my career for 45 years, I've worked with so many people who were sick, and to reverse disease or something like cancer or degeneration of your joints or, those kind of things, it takes work. And normally, average a patient, I would need at least 2 years if they've been sick for a while to reverse that. And I had some issues myself as well in the past where I had the degeneration of my discs in my lower back. So I was very keen on finding ways to keep the cartilage in my joints happy. I mean, to keep them vital. So that's why I got hooked on this product. And that I don't leave home without the product. So that's where it happened. And then one of my friends and business partner was Sven. We've done many projects together, and Sven is a master in marketing, and he knows everything, all the new stuff. He's working on some stuff right now that they go, oh my God. Right. So then I said, Sven, look at this stuff. What do you think? Is there a way that we can do it where the emphasis is not so much on the network marketing part, but much more on the product part to get people in who are either focused on prevention? A lot of people are, I would say, health fanatics. They go to the gym to do meditation, they do the right diets, meditation, all that stuff. That's a huge market. The second goal are just people who have in their families people suffering from dementia or cancer or heart disease. And the third are people who actually have symptoms. So that was the question I asked to Sven, how can we best market this? And so I pass on the word to Mr. Sven.
Yeah, I still remember the first call that we had when you introduced me to the product and said, yeah, Winston told me something really great about the product, and it's curcuma. And I thought to myself, okay, here we go. Not interested. but then I found out, I said, okay, the absorption is better. The product is good. You investigated it, right? And I still remember that I told you, you know what? Let me call with Winston, because I want to know more about the product. Because what I saw in my mind's eye from a marketing perspective, if it's curcuma, I'm using curcuma like for years, right? I've powder, I've pills, everything, because I know the supplement itself is very good. So I was very interested. So I called with Winston, and Winston explained me about the product itself, and then I saw the opportunity, not only for business, but I saw the opportunity for health. And if I look back, for years I spent like $200, $300 a month only on supplements. Now I don't buy them anymore. I just have vitamin C, this supplement, what we are going to talk about, and a shot of extra vitamin D. That's it. I'm not spending any more money because the product is that good, right? So this is my vision, and this is how I came into it. And when I talked to Winston, of course, Winston said, Maury's in the house. He's joining us. We need to team up together because we need to bring this to the world. Then I was like, oh man, this is like a mission and a vision that that we have together. And when we went on a call the first time with the four of us, then it was off. It was like it was like everything cleared up, and everything was like, okay, this is what we're going to do together. So that's why we're here.
Yes, Maury.
Maury.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say yes or no. I just asked, well, what does Roy say about it?
Smart guy.
And then Winston said, well, Roy tested it. And I also spoke to Roy, and I heard from him how he tested it. And he has different ways of testing, which is, yeah, there are very different ways of testing. So I know that when Roy does his homework, he does a good job. So for me, there was enough. I am very familiar with network marketing. I've been doing it for quite some years. And I like network marketing because there's no better way than spreading the word mouth to mouth. So that's why I'm excited. But foremost tonight is about the product. So Roy, I'm going to give the word back to you.
Yeah, sure. Well, let's. We have a beautiful slide presentation for you. So why don't we throw it in? I think Sven, you got the control. Here we go. So first and foremost, it is a journey to well-being. As a medical doctor, I mean, this year for 45 years, I just want to start saying is that there is nothing more important in life than your well-being. And that's why tonight I'm putting my time in. I'm not motivated by so much by the money aspects of it because I've got good business running. I've been doing a lot of things, but I'm willing to put out my neck, as we say in Dutch, stick out your neck, because I believe in the product. I've seldom seen anything better than that. And as Sven was saying, I also use a lot of, I would say, products, but a lot of them I could throw away because a lot of the vitamins, actually, the main reason we have need of extra vitamins is because we're living in a society with a lot of pollution, a lot of stress, and we burn more vitamins and especially the antioxidants. And there's nothing in the vitamin world that has a stronger antioxidant effect than the product we're going to talk about. And for that reason, just like Sven has said at the beginning, there are a lot of vitamins we don't really need. The other thing is that one of the things that even the people who invented this don't know is that not only this is a better absorption of the turmeric itself, but it also helps the absorption of the vitamins better. So basically, out of your consumption of your normal diet, you will extract the vitamins better. They will be absorbed better into cells. And for that reason, you need less vitamins. So that's another really groundbreaking effect. Now, so for who is this? For anybody who want to improve their well-being. Now, the big problem is that some people take a product like this and take it for one bottle. After a month, they say, I didn't notice anything. That's not how prevention works. So, for example, I'm now 70 years old. And I started with prevention of prostate hypertrophy. So in men, at the time that men turned 70, 70% of the men have problems with the prostate. I don't. And because I started taking products already when I was, let's say, 30, 35 years ago, that's prevention. So you cannot judge a product at taking it for 1 month. So I tell most people the minimum you should take this for is for 3 months. So that's how you can start noticing some effects. But even if you don't notice effect, know one thing for sure, that you're doing it for the long term. It's just like investment. Most of you know one of the most richest men on this planet, Warren Buffett. He doesn't invest short term. He invests long term, and that's one reason why he is one of the richest person on the planet right now. So that's important to know. Then the other thing, I just read an article from Deepak Chopra, very well known, I think one of the most famous doctor in the world in the field of wellness. and is Deepak Chopra, and he comes from Ayurvedic medicine, and he's a professor also in Boston at the medical faculty. And he says the biggest problem of mankind right now is low-grade inflammation disease. That is I would say, if you look at an iceberg, and the tip of the iceberg is cancer, heart disease, then the reason that this is increasing is because of low inflammation in the body. So actually, everybody alive who wants to live longer, one side, but also want to let's say increase the quality of life, should be preventively on this product that we are introducing tonight. So there's another fact that is not well researched yet. I've been doing research on that, and there's a reverse of your biological age. So when I'm 70, but my biological age is more around under 50, and I'm going to do more stuff in also using this to lower my biological age even lower, and this will help to actually prevent also disease like cancer and cardiovascular problems. And another thing we have a lot also are strokes and dementia. Dementia is an epidemic right now. So, and then the other side is if you want to also, let's say, increase some streams of income, this also gives you that. So you have basically two choices. One is to use it for yourself, investing in your own health. Number two, if you say, wow, I'm so excited about this product, you want to talk about it, and while you talk about it or introduce other people, you can also make some extra commission. Now, we shortly introduce ourselves. Now, Winston is more in the field of public speaking, training people in public speaking. He's a master storyteller, and I worked with him for a long time, learned a lot of stuff about public speaking from him, and is someone I respect dearly. Now, Maury is we said before, he's a master also in network marketing, and he's training people who are interested in the business side how to use this product in order to make some side income. And Sven is also a marketing expert, and he's helping us also to reach out to people. And maybe you came here because of one of the things that he has done. Maybe it was an ad or something else. And then for myself, I think most people know me, but if you don't, this is in partially in in Dutch, but okay. I've been now 45 years holistic doctor. I've done a lot of research. I published 88 books. I've done double-blind research on homeopathy. I've been in America. I've introduced thousands and thousands of doctors to new ways of healing. I've been teaching in 14 countries. And since 12 years, I'm doing research on quantum. And I've been, I can say, being 70 right now, I've reached all the goals that I wanted to reach. So now I'm going to overtime. And in overtime, I want to make a difference and impact on people's lives to help them to go through difficult times that are coming. And right now, we are facing a lot of calamities coming. The climate is going to change. So I want to help people to go through difficult times. That's my main purpose right now in life. So let's talk a little bit about the product now. Turmeric. It's a spice derived from curcuma, and it's said to have therapeutic properties. It has therapeutic properties. Let me correct that. And you can see most people know this. Most people know this powder. It's been used in a lot of dishes in Thailand, in Asian countries, India, and so on and so on. So it started in Ayurvedic medicine already 4,000 years ago, and they also been using it as a dye to color things. And also the product we're introducing is very, very, I would say, infectious. It's very yellow, and you find it everywhere. But here's the kicker. Why would scientists do over 18,000 research in turmeric? And the reason for that, and you can find all this research, is that this doesn't do one thing. It does so many different things. There's not another product in medicine that I found that comes close to what turmeric can do. It's mind-blowing. And that's why there are over 18,000 scientific studies and still going on. And mind you, none of these studies have been done with this new product, because this product has just been a couple of years on the market. It's a breakthrough in health and also in prevention. We're gonna just we can list 100 different benefits from turmeric. We've just chosen the 10 most prevalent ones. So one, and this is the big one, inflammation inhibition. So as I said before, is that inflammation is the number one killer of humankind, and that is the reason we get heart disease. That's also the reason our immune system is not stimulated in the right way, and that's why a lot of people also get cancer, dementia, and so on and so on. Then we spoke about it being an antioxidant in this form that we have the product. It's the best antioxidant without any competition from any other antioxidant. So this is number one, and then there's a whole time nothing, and then maybe number two is vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D, taurine, and some other products. Now, good health. In my practice, one of the big problems is that when we get too much yeast overgrowth or candida because of using of carbohydrates like sugar and refined carbohydrates like bread, pasta, rice, and that kind of stuff, we get what's called a dysbiosis in the gut. What is a dysbiosis? It means that we have pathogens, microorganisms in our gut that are bad for us, and especially candida or yeast. When this goes too much, it creates what's called a leaky gut syndrome, and then the gut becomes to leak all the toxins into your bloodstream, and that's another cause of a lot of problems for humankind. And then cognitive support. This product passes what's called the blood-brain barrier. What you need to know about blood-brain barrier, it protects the brains against toxins, and so not everything can go into the brain. So the brain needs a lot of oxygen, a lot of sugar, glucose, but it protects itself. But also the brain is very sensitive. Nowadays we use phones, we have electromagnetic stress, and we live in an environment of toxins, pollution, heavy metals, diesel fumes. It goes on and on and on. And through the nose, the olfactory nerve does not have protection against the brain barrier. So the toxins comes in through the nose. For example, mercury fillings can allow, when we chew on the fillings, there is mercury vapor, and through the nose it goes to the brains. And because of these toxins, we get things like dementia, Parkinson, multiple sclerosis, and even leading to all kinds of problems with our memories. And then that's one thing, if a young guy like Winston already can recognize that he has short-term memory problems, that's also part of that. And using this product, you completely reverse that. Now, another part, I told you about my problems with my back. I also have a knee with the that I fell from 4 or 5 meters, and my meniscus has been destroyed, and the turmeric has helped me to completely vanish the pain and the inflammation that came from that. And I'm not choosing to have surgery, but for that reason I'm using more turmeric to also be able to restore the cartilage in the joints. And of course the big thing are hearts. And as I already said, heart is one of the biggest problem right now for people to die in a younger age than necessary. And the reason for that is that the arteries get clogged. You've heard of arteriosclerosis. How does arteriosclerosis begin? How do we create plaques? That's because of irritation in the mucous membrane inside of the arteries. So when we get a low-grade inflammation there, and then the body is trying to protect itself by creating plaques against the irritation in the arteries, and that's how the arteries start to slip close, and because of that we get less oxygen in the brain, in the heart, because the heart has capillaries, and for that reason we can die from a heart attack or a stroke in the brain, which is happening more and more. Then another big one, we're living now in a time, I call it the post-COVID time, where more and more people are having mental health issues. In America right now, 1 in 3 adults has mental problems, and they don't have enough psychologists and psychiatrists to treat all of them. The suicidal percentage in young people has increased enormously, and we have more depression than ever as after COVID. It's getting worse and worse. And then the digestion, of course. We have a lot of people with digestive problem. We have a lot of people with gluten allergies. We have a lot of people with constipation, bloating, and so on and so on. And this product has an effect on that as well. Now we have the skin. This helps also with the skin health. One of the things that, for example, when you age, also the collagen in your under the skin becomes weaker, and that creates wrinkles. And that's also one other reason, I would even say a cosmetic reason, especially also for women, but also for men, to have a healthy skin. So skin also tells us a little bit about how we're dealing with stress and oxidization. So, I think this one day probably I would recommend to women to make a cosmetic product just based on this product, because it will help with your skin as well, and much cheaper than most of the products out there right now. And then, of course, you have overall well-being or energy levels is very important, and these products help with that as well. So, I mean, just based on what we just shared with you, there's no reason why you should not be taking this product. If you're sick or not, if you're intelligent and you want to invest in your health, that's the number one reason why I would recommend this to anybody right now. So in my world, there's no other product that comes close to this. I use this every day. I even put it in my coffee. I put it in my food. And I take it to keep my blood levels high. So I take it normally 2 to 3 times a day. And we will talk a little bit more about it later as well. The main problem has been solved, and that's the absorption problem of turmeric. The amount of turmeric you need to take in order to get the same effect. It's difficult to calculate, but just think in capsules. Just imagine you need to take 30 capsules of turmeric to even have the effect of 1 drop of this product, and it will disappear into normal turmeric quicker out of your blood than with this product that stays for 24 hours in your blood. So this is the product we're talking about. It's called Curcuma Plus from Nanophi, a company with also very, very high values that I totally, I'm aligned with their values, and that they really come, what I would say, from the right intention. It's not only about money, but it's really about helping mankind in these difficult times that we're living in. So just a short thing on that. So the company behind it's also important to check that out. Is they, as I said, they have high values here. You see their logo, vision, you, family, action, devotion, and integrity. And the people running this company, the founders, they have religious background, but in their case, it's a plus. They're not preachers, but they use their values to create a great product and to have a way to do the business plan as well. So, and the word Vidify is coming from Vida, which means life, and Phi means to transform. So that is the slogan of this company, and I'm 100% backing them in that, because these are my values as well. So, and then it's in a flower shape, and this also is coming back from the sacred geometry. And maybe you've heard of the tree of life. So this is a kind of simplification of that. And it also symbolizes new beginnings, but also peace and harmony. So yeah, everything that I do, it is coming back into values as well. Now, here's another kicker that's important. It is not only the absorption is better, but it stays longer in the blood. And that's very, very important, because then your body will not only have a bigger absorption, but it also will go into the cells. And for that, you get a general effect of rejuvenation, detoxification, and vitalization. And that's one of the reasons why it's even an improvement on turmeric and curcuma itself. It's what I call a disruptor in health and wellness and well-being. And it's patented. So if you would just look at 10 drops, you can say that's 8 to 10,000 milligrams of turmeric. You need 12 to 32 curcuma capsules to containing 500 milligrams. to have even something like that, but it doesn't even come close because only maximum 5 milligram is absorbed. So you cannot even compare natural turmeric anymore with this Vitafy product. It's just like comparing a snail with a rocket. There's such a big gap between the two that you cannot even compare them before. And then go back to the fact that there's been over 18,000 scientific researches on that. And till now, nothing yet big time done research except for the company doing all the scientific tests on a big swath of the population. So we would do just a couple of research, and I'm starting with that on the general public, and we would follow them for 5 years. We will see a big difference between the people taking this product and the people not taking this product. And I can predict that this will be shown just in the next 5 years. Now, what you need to know as well, it supports liver function. Now, maybe you know, maybe you don't. The liver is the biggest organ in the body that is also has the most important function in the body, is to detox the body of all the pollution that we're exposed to. And the liver, in all of the 250,000 years that we have evolved to human beings, has never been under more, I would say, in the war zone. In English, we have the word to be under siege, to be under attack, like it is right now. The liver needs all the help it can get in order to keep our well-being. So part of our problems we have in humanity is that because of the pollution, the liver is overburdened. Many people have what I would call a burnout of the liver because of the toxins. Just know that we are exposed to over 80,000 chemicals and metals and pollution per year. And there's a big new one now on the market, and that's microplastics, which also has an effect on the liver, but also on a hormonal system, and can be a reason why also cancer is now increasing. And microplastics, we find it everywhere. We find it in fish. They find it in the bottom of the ocean. They find it in rain. They find it in lakes, in high mountains. We are under attack of microplastics. And one of the tests that have been done is that on microplastic in itself. And what I found out is that this protects us against the effect of microplastics. And even the company doesn't know about this yet. Now, we spoke already about the gut, the intestinal function, very, very important. And this helps also with that. Now comes the big kicker, 95% absorption. So this is what we can say a true disrupting product in the health industry. And I predict that within a couple of years, millions of people will be on this product because of the effects that will be shown in the future about prevention of this product. You cannot officially call it a medicine, but it is a kind of a medicine in the sense that it helps the body to work better to heal itself. So it's actually not directly a medicine like a pharmaceutical medicine, but it stimulates the body to function better. And it's actually better than the medicine because it works on the whole body and not only on a symptom. So if you have, like, say, migraines, this is not for migraines, excuse me, but a lot of people with migraines will feel better. And what I know as an acupuncturist is a big problem of migraine is that the what we call the gallbladder meridian is disturbed. So it is not for migraines, but indirectly, many people with migraines will benefit from that. This is one example. Now, we spoke about the cognitive function, and that's one of the reasons that was for Winston a big difference. And it took quite some weeks, I think maybe 6 weeks before you notice it. Some people, when you are more advanced stage of, for example, dementia or Parkinson or multiple sclerosis, it will not be the cure of it, but if it's a beginning stage, it can help tremendously. It can reverse it. If you're further along, it can stop the progression of it. So, and especially when combined with vitamin D, it will help to give you a better focus. I'm hyperactive. I hypersensitive. I am ADD, ADHD, all of that. And this helps me even to focus better and to become what is more functional in many ways. All right, so this is one of the good things. So here's one person who you can see that really changed her skin in in a quite a short time. And we have a lot, of course, of people who are suffering from acne even after puberty. There are a lot of skin diseases out there. And remember, the skin is not the problem, it's always an internal problem. So you can put something on the skin, but if you treat the internal system, and the skin is very, very closely related to the gut. So it may not be directly for the skin, but you're actually addressing the cause of the skin problem. When you go to a dermatologist, often they don't address the cause. They just give you a treatment for the skin, and that's why you normally need to keep taking the medicine practically forever. So here we have something that's really spectacular, someone who had lymphedema, and you can see how within a week, this is not normal, by the way. Yeah, even in my practice, I've never seen something like this in such a short time. So this also will help. And a big problem with this could be also that a person has kidney failure. That could be another problem with that. Or maybe the lymph is not moving enough. And so this is a really, really spectacular result. And here we see in wound healing, we can see the effects in the wound healing. And that in itself also is a big thing, that we can now see that in just a short period of time, how the wound is closing. This is very important for people suffering from diabetes, because we see ulcers a lot in diabetes. In the past, a lot of people were getting amputation because of that. The other thing also in the hospital, when people are for a long time in hospital or long time lying in bed, we can get also these kinds of ulcer, normally in the back, on the buttocks, etc., etc. So this is really, really powerful product for that as well. Now, so that's the short part of this. And as you can look at the price, it's very reasonable for the effects it is doing. And to be very honest with you, the curcuma is worth much more. If I had to pay 100 euros for this, I would still buy it. If I had to pay 200 euros for it, I would still buy it. Because as a medical doctor, I know how powerful this is. So for me, the price is less important because I'm investing in my health. But when you look at the price, you're just looking at one factor. If you know that you're investing in prevention of disease and the quality of life, then the price is relatively low. And the fact that you can use less other products, less vitamin C, less vitamin B, less of vitamin D, all those kind of things makes it actually really, really cheap. And also, even if you're not interested in the business, just by introducing a few friends, just from your heart, not because you want to make more money, you can quickly reach to the point where you have a product for free. Of course, you can make money, but if your goal is just to help some friends, at some point, if you become a distributor and you share this, in VitaFight, they call it, you become an entrepreneur, and just sharing with your friends, you will actually have the product for free. If that's your goal, then it's easy. And that way, it becomes actually something where you are being even paid in order to share your enthusiasm for that. So if we look at the prices here, you can see, you can do the plus is 10 more. You can also, because I recommend people to take this for a minimum of 3 months. If you are saying, yes, I want to try it out first, I would not just start with 1 bottle, but just why not, if you can afford it, take 3 bottles. That's the minimum. If you have symptoms, if you have disease, I would recommend actually to take it for 6 months to a year, because the body rebuilds itself from scratch. So the slowest part of growing the body is the nervous system. but the body is actually in every, let's say, half year or so, you have a new body. But because of your blueprint, if nothing changes in your blueprint and your mindset, you are recreating the problems in your body. So I would say, I would recommend people with symptoms to at least do it for a year. If you're smart, if you're investing in your health, you just take it, even if you notice something or not. But be assured this working in the background. I don't have a lot of symptoms. I have some problems, as I told you, with my joint, my knee, and had problems with my back. So I'm taking it preventively. So I'm in this for as long as I live, that I can tell you. And I'm planning to live a long time. So I will not predict how long, but it will be a long, long time. I probably just am at the half of my lifespan right now. So how do you continue after this? I would recommend you, but of course you can do it in a different way, depending on your budget. But start with a 3 months package, and then use it in warm water, coffee, tea. You can make even like a curcuma tea. I drink now like a curcuma cappuccino, and so on, with almond milk. I don't like milk itself. And, I drink maybe 3 cups of coffee a day, and I just put some drops in there. 10 drops is an optimal range, because now you have saturation the blood level, and that's especially important at the beginning to start to stop the process of inflammation, and that can take up to 2 or 3 months, and then you start with the reversal of the inflammation, and that can take some time. So actually, when you start reversing the inflammation, you are reducing your biological age. Actually, your body is becoming younger. So let's say your chronological age is 50, and so after maybe 6 months, it may have dropped to 46, 47. And if you continue slowly but surely, your body becomes younger and younger, and you get the biological age reduction. And one of my specialties is biological age reduction. So you can understand my passion for this, for myself, for my family, for anyone who is interested into that part. And you will get additional tips. Also, I answer questions. We have even a community. You can share your successes, your stories, and all of that. And if you are, open to my suggestions, if you respect me as a medical doctor with 45 years of experience and research, then if you trust that what I'm saying, I would recommend you to go for auto shipment, because then you don't need to reorder all the time. You need to go through a process of inscribing yourself as a customer, and then every month you get your bottles just delivered, and it's a little bit cheaper also for you.